A child stands in a dark hallway, tiny hands trembling, whispering a single word into the silence. "Mom?" No answer. Only the echo of that word fading into the dark. You were that child once, small, scared, and searching for the one person who was supposed to make the world feel safe. You still remember how your heart pounded in that silence, how the shadows felt alive, how badly you wanted to hear her voice say, "I'm here." You grew up, but something inside you stayed in that dark hallway. You carry that child with you, still whispering "Mom" into the emptiness of your adult life, still hoping for an answer that never came. You may not realize it, but a part of you is still standing in that shadow, waiting to be seen, to be loved, to feel safe. You've tried to heal yourself in so many ways, but something drags you back every time. Listen, you will never heal until you understand this about your mother. There is a truth about her hold on you that you've been avoiding. Until you face it, every step forward will feel like a chain around your ankle. She was your first love, your first refuge. Her face was the first you recognized. Her voice the first you knew. She was meant to be your safe place. If instead she was distant or cruel, that became your first lesson that love can hurt. It cut deep into your soul before you even had words for pain. In the deepest part of your mind, mother is more than a person. Carl Jung called it the mother archetype, the universal image of nurturing and comfort. Every child is born expecting that warm, safe embrace, but every mother is human and flawed. When the reality of your mother didn't match that archetype, it tore a hole in your world. That wound in your psyche is what Jung would call a mother complex. It's the tangle of longing, hurt, anger, and guilt wrapped around your idea of mother. You learned early that love could hurt, that affection could be withheld or come with conditions. Even if you don't think about it consciously, those lessons became the quiet script of your life. As a child, you couldn't blame her. You needed her too much, so you blamed yourself. If she was angry, you thought you were bad. If she withheld affection, you felt unlovable. A child would rather believe they're bad than believe their mother can't love them. So you took her every word as law and etched each criticism into your heart. And now, even as an adult, that self-blame continues. The voice in your head saying, "I'm not enough." Listen closely. It's her echo. Your inner critic still wears your mother's face, repeating her words as if they were your own. There is an insidious loyalty in this wound. You might still defend her, saying she did her best, or it wasn't that bad, while brushing aside your pain. Part of you still seeks her approval, living as if her eyes are always on you. You stay small or endlessly try to impress her ghost, hoping to finally make her proud. Ask yourself, why do you still protect her image at the cost of your own truth? What are you afraid will happen if you face how deeply she hurt you? That it makes you an ungrateful child? That if you stop chasing her love, you'll have nothing? These questions cut like knives, but they're necessary to slice through the illusions keeping you trapped. I know it feels like a betrayal to admit your mother hurt you. You've told yourself she didn't mean it, that you're over it. Facing the truth feels disloyal and terrifying. But acknowledging what really happened doesn't make you a bad child. It makes you an honest one. Here is the truth. Your mother is human and may never give you the love or apology you deserved. She had her own unhealed wounds. What she couldn't give was about her limitations, not your worth. And no amount of bending yourself now can change her or the past. Maybe she herself was hurt by her mother. Do you see the pattern? Hurt people hurt people. She passed to you what she never resolved in herself. It's a chain stretching back through generations, each mother handing her pain to her child. This chain has bound you, quietly dictating your fears and your choices. And it will continue unless you decide that it ends with you. This is individuation, becoming your own person, separate from your parents' shadow. To do this, you must finally separate from her symbolically. Step out of her story and into your own. That means facing everything you buried, the anger, the grief, the desperate love. Drag those feelings out of the shadow and into the light. All those emotions you weren't allowed to show, rage, sorrow, fear, became part of your shadow. Shadow integration means finally giving those feelings a voice. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to mourn the childhood you never got. When you acknowledge these emotions instead of denying them, they stop controlling you from the dark. They become part of your story, but not the whole of it. Now turn inward to that little child in the hallway. They're still there, trembling, waiting. Go to them, kneel down and meet their eyes. This is your inner child, the part of you that never stopped longing for her love. You cannot change your mother's heart, but you can heal this child yourself. Become the parent they needed. Wrap your arms around that child and let them cry. Tell them what they always needed to hear. You're safe now. You are loved. You are enough. Feel that. For the first time, give yourself the unconditional love you always deserved. That is self-parenting. That is how you begin to fill the emptiness inside you. I know, it's not fair. You shouldn't have had to do this. A child should never have to become their own parent. You have every right to feel angry about that. But this is your path to freedom. By loving that inner child yourself, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting for her to do it. You become the author of your own healing. In doing this, you are quietly rewriting your story. The chain of pain is already starting to crack. What you're doing now, offering compassion to that hurt child inside, something your mother couldn't do for herself, let alone for you. But you can, and by doing so, you stop the legacy of pain from continuing. The cycle breaks with you. Maybe you'll dream about her. Dream that you're standing before your mother again. But this time, you notice heavy chains linking the two of you. In the dream, you call out, "Mom," in a trembling voice. She doesn't respond. Perhaps she can't. You look down and see a padlock on those chains. The key has been in your hand all along. With courage, you slide the key into the lock and turn it. The chain falls away, link by link, clattering to the ground. You step back, free. Your mother's figure begins to recede into the darkness behind you. Those chains that kept you tied to her pain lie broken at your feet. You feel weightless. Around you, the darkness of that dream begins to lift. The cold void that once surrounded you softens into light. Maybe it's a sunrise breaking over the horizon of your mind, or a door opening to a bright morning. This is the moment of your rebirth. From the deepest night of your past, you emerge into daybreak. It's symbolic, yes, but symbols have power. That breaking dawn means something. You are no longer trapped in that old story. You stand now as an individual in your own light, not as a frightened child defined by the absence of a mother's love, but as a whole person with their own life to live. This is what freedom feels like. When you open your eyes in the real world, nothing around you has changed, yet everything has. The weight on your chest is lighter. The ghost of her control has lost its grip. You may still feel pain, yes, but it's a pain you can heal now, not a perpetual wound being poked by the past. You can breathe freely, as if for the first time. In the space where her voice once dominated, a gentler voice rises, your own. When that inner critic whispers you are not good enough, you'll hear something new, a kinder voice answering, "I am enough." You begin to trust yourself where you once doubted, and protect yourself where you once felt small. Your relationships begin to change. You are no longer drawn to those who treat you like she did. The sting of coldness or criticism no longer feels like home. Instead, you find yourself drawn to kindness, to people who respect you, and you let them in. You know now that you deserve gentle love. The old patterns start to crumble. If your mother is still part of your life, you may notice her once crippling words no longer hold the same power. You can say no to her now, without that old terror. You're not her puppet dancing for approval anymore. You have boundaries, a backbone born the moment you broke those chains. This is what true freedom feels like. Your life is your own at last. You might forgive your mother someday, or maybe not, but either way, you've let go of the poisonous resentment that kept you chained. You're not excusing her. You're simply refusing to let her actions define you anymore. You no longer live in reaction to her. You live for yourself. Out of this darkness, you have forged something precious. Wisdom, resilience, a deep empathy. You know the exact shape of this kind of pain, and it has made you more compassionate, to yourself and to others. The wound becomes a source of insight, rather than just agony. What once broke you now becomes the foundation of your strength. You understand now what that frightened child never did. The key to your own healing was never in her hands. It was always in yours. That key was hidden in the truth you feared to face. Now that you've faced it, you can unlock the cage and step into the world, a free soul. You owe the past nothing except the wisdom it gave you. Healing is not a single moment, but a journey. Some days the old ghost will whisper again, but now you recognize it as just an echo of the past, not your reality. When that wounded child cries out, you know how to comfort them. You'll remember how far you've come and keep going. You've tasted freedom and you won't give it up now. If you slip into an old pattern, chasing approval or doubting yourself, you'll catch it. You'll remember it's just an echo of a story that no longer owns you. You'll stand tall and live as the author of your life, not a character in her story. One day, you might see your mother or hear her voice and be surprised how calm you feel. The old panic isn't there. You can listen and not be shattered. You might even feel some compassion for her without letting her hurt you. In that moment, you will know you're truly free. Think about how far you've come. You faced the darkest truth and found light behind it. That courage is rare. Many people live and die chained to their parents' shadows, never understanding why they suffer. But you are breaking free. You choose to live not as a prisoner of the past, but as a pioneer of your future. And those echoes of her that once haunted your interactions, they're fading. You no longer see every authority figure as another parent to appease, or every loved one's mood as your fault to fix. You stop projecting your mother's face onto the world around you. You see people for who they are, and you see yourself as separate, strong, and whole. By breaking this chain within yourself, you also break it for those who come after you. Your children or anyone you influence won't inherit this pain from you. You will give what you had to learn to give yourself. Love, safety, acceptance. The legacy of hurt ends with you, replaced by a legacy of healing. This journey is what Carl Jung would call individuation. You have made the unconscious conscious. The mother archetype in you is no longer a haunting shadow. You've understood and integrated it. You carry the positive qualities of nurturing forward and leave the rest behind. You've become the hero of your own story, transforming fate into freedom. You learned that the key was never in changing your mother, but in changing how you relate to her memory. By understanding her, you came to understand yourself. By releasing her, you set yourself free. The door that was locked for so long is now open, and the love you once begged from her, you are finally giving to yourself. Never forget, the key was not in changing your mother, but in changing how you relate to her within your heart. In understanding her, you understood yourself. In letting her go, you set yourself free. Freedom can feel strange when you've been in chains all your life. You might feel unsteady at first, not sure how you are without that weight on your shoulders. That's normal. Give yourself time to grow into this new skin. Explore the open space in your heart where sadness used to live. This is all yours now, without the constant ache dictating your every move. You get to discover who you truly are. Think about it. What do you actually want from life, now that you are not subconsciously living for her approval or rebelling against her? You're free to find out, free to pursue dreams that are yours, free to love and to trust in ways you never could before. Think of all the times you tried to rewrite your childhood through your adult relationships, chasing people who couldn't love you, hoping that if you won them over, it would prove you deserve love. No more. You have nothing to prove and everything to experience. Real love, real life, on your terms. Remember that little child in the dark hallway? They aren't alone there anymore. You found them. You took their hand and led them out of the shadows. You became the answer to their whispered, "Mom," by giving them your love. The cycle is broken. The story has changed. Now it all comes down to you. You've heard these words, felt these truths stirring inside. This is the moment of choice. Will you let this just be another video you listen to, another idea that fades? Or will you claim this truth as your own? Will you step forward and make a commitment to yourself, right here, right now? No one else can do this for you. Ask yourself, are you going to remain a prisoner of that past? Or are you going to break the chain and walk free? This isn't a metaphor anymore. It's a decision that lives in your chest, in your will. You know what you need to do. You've known it all along. It's okay if you feel a tremble of fear. Breaking a lifelong chain is not easy, but remember all that you've survived. You have the strength to do this. The hardest part was looking into the dark and seeing the truth. You've already done that. Now all that's left is to take a stand. So make it a rite of passage. Mark this moment. Say it out loud if you can, or just in your heart. I break the chain. This is not just a comment or a phrase, it's a vow. A promise to yourself that the abuse, the neglect, the pain will not pass through you to destroy another life. It ends here. It ends with you. If you need a tangible action to seal this promise, I invite you to share it. Write the words, "I break the chain," in the comments below. Not for me, but for you, so you can see it declared in black and white, so that whenever doubt creeps in, you can look at that statement and remember the promise you made to yourself. This is your moment. Break the chain. Step out of the shadow and into the light of your own life. The past is over, and you are free at last.